So we're on our way to go see Meryl because we need to do some of her quests. We're gonna go check her out, see if she's okay. Last time we met Sister Patrice, and that was awful. It wasn't a good time. So let's
Weakness
see if
comes
this
and
is any
goes,
better.
but I'm hoping.
Hey Meryl.
I didn't think you'd come. I'll find something relatively clean for you to sit on. Can I get you something to eat or drink? I have water.
It's cozy. And your furry friends are charming.
Oh, are the rats back? I thought I'd found all their holes. I wanted to thank you for bringing me here, but I'm making a mess of it.
I'm not sure thanks applies to this. Not without a lot of irony, anyway.
It's not pretty, but this is where I need to be. I haven't exactly had many friends. Not even among my own clan. This is tricky.
What made you unpopular with the Dalish?
Being first to the Keeper, I was always a bit secluded. I studied magic and history while the others were learning the Via Tanadal. It's good that I left. I'd have made a terrible Keeper. I was never that good with people.
It won't take long before you're the most popular girl in the alienage.
Mythol, I hope not. I'd managed to say something stupid in front of everyone and embarrass myself. Thank you for coming to visit me, Hawk. It means a lot to me.
And now we're starting to gain some actual rival points with Meryl. Play out Hawk's relationship with Meryl in this game is that he doesn't hate Meryl, but they end up becoming rivals because Hawk is very much, I know better than you. I was trained by a mage. Blood magic is bad. Demons are bad. I've been there, done that, and kind of like dismissive of Meryl being like, no, I can control it, because Hawk sees Meryl as very naive and not able to take care of herself. So Hawk's like, no, you can't do this. You shouldn't do that. And is trying to give advice for the better to help Meryl, but Meryl is always taking it the wrong way, and Hawk can be a little overbearing with it. So we will see how that relationship evolves over the course of the game.
Places, everyone. Welcome to the Black Emporium.
So this is the Black Emporium, and in the center is Xenon, the antiquarian. And he's a weird dude. It looks like he's grown some extra limbs for whatever reason. Still unsure about how that happened. But his whole deal is he is a around 300-year-old like nobleman or something. And he had so much money that he was like, you know what? I don't think I should die. So he went off and did dumb rich people stuff as they do. He found a witch of the wilds, made a deal for eternal life, but as the monkey paw laws go, he had eternal life without eternal youth. So he's kind of shriveled up and kind of this weird looking corpsey thing. Doesn't look good. And I think the only way he's talking is because he has some sort of artifact that allows him to speak. And he takes on helpers like the weird urchin child and the golem in order to find a way to bring back his youth. So he isn't just kind of a husk, because he can't move or do anything on his own. And that's just his deal. And he basically sells weird items to people and has the helpers collect them so he can fund his search for eternal youth, and people help him in the hopes that they will also get a piece of that live forever as a youngin' vibe. So now we are in Dark Town to go visit Anders real quick, see what he got to say. Basically, kind of doing our rounds to check in on all of our party members before moving on to some quests. Hopefully, not getting attacked while you're solo on your way to Anders.
I had a friend like you once. Got in all kinds of trouble. Dragged me along. Didn't think I'd be doing that again. I got a bit weighty the last time we talked. Sorry for putting that on you.
He's talking about the warden. Reference to her and her disasters. And lust for blood.
You'd be surprised how people just tell me their darkest secrets. I must look trustworthy.
You look... something. True. Proud. Like even if you don't agree with me, you'll be honest. I hope I didn't seem too selfish when I told you about justice. I didn't know what would happen. I figured a willing host, a friend. It had to be better than playing the demon and haunting some corpse.
You're so dumb, Anders.
Still creepy.
Fine. What would you do? How would you try to stand against the Templars? You're lucky they never found you. Most of us, they hunt us down before we've even learned our letters. They tell your parents they'll be thrown in prison if they ever ask about you, stripped of their rights in the eyes of the Maker. And if you run away, they hunt you down. Again, and again, and again.
You're starting to glow again.
And since yours is the only head here and I don't want to rip it off, I should stop. Yes, sorry. Besides, we have so much to do before the deep roads. Next time, I'll try to keep to more pleasant topics.
Notice how he totally was like, oh, I think you'd always be honest with me, and I'd like that. And as soon as you're honest about his situation with justice, he freaks out on you immediately. Because Anders in this game is a big old hypocrite. I don't know if that drastic change was due to the combination of him and Justice. I'm guessing so, but I don't know. Something happened to our boy between Awakening and now where he's a bit of a stick in the mud. So between Anders and Meryl, Hawk's opinion of the mages in Kirkwall isn't doing so hot. She ain't too happy about it. She is not trusting these mages were not raised the same way as her, do not share the same values as a mage that she does. So it's just like, all of this is wrong. I hate all of it. You're all making us look bad. Is basically the mindset right now. But it's like, okay, we're going to work together to just keep the peace for the sake of the family. And hey, maybe one day you can show them the proper way to be a mage and to behave and use your powers for good. Maybe one day, you know? She can rub off on them a bit, influence them. That's what kind of going through her head right now. So now we're on our way to finish the first sacrifice quest and get that out of the way. Because, we just kind of put aside solving the murder mystery for a bit to check in with our homies. That's perfectly reasonable thing to do, because nothing we can do. Person's already dead. All we have is, valuable evidence for the case. Reasonable.
I couldn't bring back your wife, but here's a ring. It looks pricey.
Oh, Ninette's wedding ring. Yes, look at the engraving. Forever faithful, forever yours. Oh, written in happier times. Where did you find it?
It was on Ninette's hand, which was cut from her body. She's dead.
On her hand? Huh, I see. Well, maybe you should take this back. I don't want anything that might link me to her death. Especially with their family asking questions. No. They're going to blame me. I just know it. Excuse me, sir. I have arrangements to make.
Welcome, merchant.
Don't you just love that the oldie times you couldn't just tamper with evidence by touching it? It was just fine to put your hands all over the corpse ring and the bones and whatnot. You just hand it off. Perfectly fine. Because there's no forensic science in this medieval fantasy world. No, just touch whatever. It's fine. Let's hand in the body parts.
Recognize your mage. This was left in the foundry you mentioned in your notes. I was also attacked by shades.
These are human bones. Then there is no chance of finding Meren alive, or any of the others.
I saw someone leaving the scene, but they got away. I'm sorry.
It was more than I accomplished.
My people have been slow to react, but this needs official support.
I will bring this to the city guard immediately. It should be enough to convince them the disappearances are worth investigating.
So as you can see, so far, the Templars not doing as bad reputation-wise as the mages. That Templar wants to help solve a murder mystery, you know?
The Dragon's Fang.
He's trying to do the right thing, figure out what's happening to the mages. He shows that he cares. So that is winning more Templars. Good points for Hawk. Even though everything's not good in Kirkwall. There's still, like, the crazy woman that she has yet to meet that everyone says is awful. But right now, we're going to, like, put a little bit more faith and try to help out the Templars. Because the Templars...
I don't make my guards fight gangs in dark corners, but if you'd like to help...
Thanks, Evelyn. That's exactly what we're going to do right now, is waste some jobbers. But the Templars are the thing that we need to have on our side. We need them on our side. Because we are mages. Or a mage. And we don't want them coming down on us. We want our freedom in this area. Screw the other mages. What they do has nothing to do with us. We are productive citizens of this town. Not trying to cause problems for anyone. So, yeah, we're gonna help them out after we clear out some of these gangs.
Do you know a recruit named Karen? His sister is looking for him.
We cannot speak to you, Messer.
Probably for the best, sister.
To the void with that. Karen and the others are missing.
But our orders...
The Knights aren't doing anything to find them. Maybe it's time to ask for outside help.
I wasn't even certain Karen was missing. Who else is gone?
The first ones disappeared weeks ago. There's been at least half a dozen. Wilmot and Karen were the most recent.
Why must you keep silent about Karen?
You obviously aren't a Templar, Messer.
And your point is?
A Knight Lieutenant gives you an order and you obey, without question. They told us not to breathe a word about Karen and the others.
They must have their reasons.
And that'll be a great comfort if you go missing next.
You're already defying orders to talk to me. Might as well share the good stuff.
I hear that Knight Commander Meredith has some new initiation you have to go through. If you're not strong enough or fervent enough in belief, you don't make it out alive. Sounds brutal. And effective.
And you honestly believe that?
Recruits keep going missing.
Wilmot came back.
What?
He did. I saw him this morning.
What else do you know about the initiation?
You hear about some... questionable things that the Order must do these days. The Knight Commander only wants Templars that can do... what must be done.
Andraste alive. She's killing recruits that might question her orders, isn't she?
That's rubbish. She wouldn't do that.
If Wilmot came back, he might know more about the other missing recruits.
I bet he would.
Wilmot told me he was going outside Kirkwall. Clear his head, he said.
Why didn't you tell us this?
Knight Captain Cullen ordered it, right before he chased after Wilmot. That wasn't too long ago. If you hurry, you may catch them on the road.
So we just heard a familiar name, if you remember, from Dragon Age Origins, and that's Cullen. Except now, he's not just a Templar recruit, he's a Knight Captain. And if you know what happened to him in Dragon Age Origins, horrible, horrible trauma, because all of his friends got murked and when the tower was taken over by demons and blood mages. He probably should not have been made a Knight Captain after those events. It seems like he was sent to Kirkwall to kind of get away from everything because kind of freaking out a bit. And this has pretty much made him worse because Knight Captain Meredith has taken advantage of his fear to basically put him to work as a Templar, kind of enacting her point of view on kind of beat the obedience into them, which is not helping his mental state.
Andraste be my witness, Wilmot. I will have the truth from you now!
Mercy, sir. Mercy.
Were it that easy?
Don't hit me.
I will know where you're going, and I will know now!
Don't you lay another hand on that boy.
It's the blasted Knight Captain. Don't. This is Templar business, stranger.
You outstruck me the last time, you pathetic human. To me!
Maker preserve us.
Well, looks like Cullen was right. And he wasn't really just kind of beating that person and overreacting to the whole everyone's got demons inside of them thing. There actually were demons in that guy. And that also summoned a lot of other demons and abominations that were just hanging around here, which may or may not be true because this story, as you remember, is being narrated by Varric. And Varric is unreliable. So, and he likes to embellish things a lot. So there was probably just one.
I knew he was involved in something sinister. But this... is it even possible?
Do you think he was possessed?
Normally, we only worry that mages will fall victim to possession. I have heard of blood mages or demons in solid form who could summon others into unwilling hosts. But I'd not thought one of our own would be susceptible.
You shouldn't have been out here alone with him.
I am Knight Captain Cullen. I thank you for your assistance. I've been conducting an investigation of some of our recruits who have gone missing. Wilmot was the first to return. I had hoped to confront him quietly, out of sight.
If you didn't know he was possessed, why draw your sword on a recruit?
He'd only been back a few days when he left again secretly. It set off some warning bells. I meant to scare him into a confession. He had to believe my threats were genuine.
Do you know what happened to Wilmot while he was gone?
Obviously more than I had anticipated. Wilmot has never been fully convinced of the Order's rules. Mages cannot be our friends. They must always be watched. I thought Wilmot might be meeting with some old friends who'd escaped the Circle.
I've got friends who are mages. Are you saying they need to always be watched as well?
I was at the Circle Tower in Ferelden during the Blight. I saw firsthand how Templars' trust and leniency can be rewarded. I still have nightmares of Uldred's depravities.
The recruits believed that Meredith was conducting some sort of deadly ritual.
What? That's preposterous. Recruits can be worse than a weaving circle with their rumors. There is a vigil before Templars take their arms, but the gravest danger they face is falling asleep.
I was trying to find another recruit, a friend of Wilmot's. Do you know where Karen is?
He also disappeared. They were last seen together at the Blooming Rose. But I had no luck interrogating the, young ladies there. I doubt they know anything of magic or demons.
I'd be willing to search there.
The Order would truly be in your debt if you helped us with this. No one at the brothel will speak with me for fear I would shut them down for serving our recruits. If you learn what manner of creature did this to Wilmot, please come tell me in the gallows. I will ensure you are rewarded.
Another weird thing that is currently occurring right now is the fact that Templars are being possessed by demons and being turned into abominations, which is usually only a mage thing. That is very concerning, considering Templars are pretty much trained to not succumb to the demons, and somehow they are right now. So that's something to look into. This is a dangerous situation because if Templars are being turned into abominations, there's risk to Hawke's friends and family. Like, what if Carver, who has been known to end up at the Blooming Rose from time to time, ends up in a position where he could get possessed by a demon and turn into an abomination? So by helping the Templars, we help ourselves. And this is a threat that needs to be investigated.
Do you need something, honey?
You don't work here, do you? With the customers?
You're no prize yourself, sweetheart. Is there something you want?
A couple of Templar recruits went missing. They were last seen here.
You'll have to be more specific. We do a lot of business with the Templars.
Perhaps a few coins can loosen your lips.
Are you trying to bribe me? You know, not all the girls here are for sale. I'm going to pretend that didn't happen.
We have a lot of missing Templars. If we don't act quickly, we may only find corpses.
Now, no need to get all dramatic on me. Let me look through the books. Wilmot, Karen... Here we go. Wilmot came in here a lot. You sure he had time to be a Templar? The both of them last saw Iduna, the exotic wonder from the east.
That's quite the stage name.
It sounds better than the tramp from Darktown. You should hear what some of the others are called.
Is there anything else you can tell me?
Honey, I could write volumes on the things I know. Unless you want Wilmot's favorite position, I think you have what you need. You didn't hear any of this from me. We clear?
So this is what I believe causes most of the Templars to get got, is lust demons. Because of the vows they have to take and the training and whatnot, this is just easy. They're easy prey for those demons, and it's probably the hardest thing for them to overcome. Unless they're asexual. Then they're gonna be just fine. But if you remember in the tower in Dragon Age 2, the Mage Tower, there was in fact a Templar that was under the spell of a lust demon that you unfortunately cannot save. And it seems like the same situation is happening here.
You must be the exotic wonder of the East. Do you remember entertaining a Templar named Wilmot a few weeks ago? Or Karen?
Wilmot. That doesn't sound familiar.
Do your clients like this charade? It must get dreadfully tiresome.
Whatever do you mean? Questions are boring. Why don't we have some real fun?
Hawke, go easy on this lovely creature.
You should listen to your friend.
We have to ask her about Karen. What's your problem?
Yes, but certainly there's no harm mixing a little business and pleasure.
I'm here on business. Karen, Wilmot.
Answer one of my questions first. Who told you about little old me?
It was Vivica. She showed me her books.
That wasn't so hard, was it? So, Vivica sold me out, did she? That drab, pathetic little sewer rat. She will be dealt with. Just do one more thing for me. Draw your blade and bring it gently across your throat.
I will not be toyed with.
How did you... Oh, shit. Spare me, Messer.
What foul magic was that?
Blood and desire in equal measure. An art I learned from... elsewhere.
Blood magic, then?
Yes, Messer. Please don't kill me.
You're just too dangerous. You have to die.
No. No!
Maybe we can find answers somewhere around here. And then a cold shower.
Yeah, you don't mess with Hawk like that and expect to live. Sorry, not an option. You try to kill me, then you get killed unless you finish the job. That's how things work around here.
Apostate prostitutes? Apostitutes!
It appears our new friends make their home in the Undercity. Shall we pay them a visit?
I think we shall. And prime example of why you bring Isabella along. She just got all the jokes. All the silly jokes. So, we now have a new destination to go to and get to the bottom of all of this. And again, mages not looking very good right now. We're still just in Act 1. And already, mages being locked up and having a harsher treatment, not so bad. Not so bad right now. Kirkwall, your feelings are valid. At the moment.
How powerful are these blood mages? Can we do this without aid?
We don't really have a choice in the matter, Carver. We don't have anyone to come help us other than our crew here. Like, we can't go to the guard because that's gonna cause issues. We can't go to the Templars because we don't know who's been infected by demons or not. Also, I mistakenly called them lust demons before. They're desire demons. I forgot. My bad. Yes, at the moment. Also, these are abominations, but also it was shown as a sloth demon in the previous game. So I'm not sure there's a difference, really. We are going to take care of the blood mage problem, though. We don't really have a choice in the matter. This needs to get dealt with, and we are the ones to do it because don't nobody know us at the moment. Nobody cares. So we can go around kind of low-key and deal with all of these problems that they don't want rising to the surface.
How wonderful. More vessels for our experiments.
Where is Karen?
Perhaps the demons will find one of you suitable.
She must be an abomination. I think.
I am not some hopeless waif that ran crying to a demon. I sought them out and embraced them.
Why have you taken the recruits?
Demons can inhabit much more than mages and corpses. With assistance, they can control anyone I ask. Any Templar, any noble, any well-meaning meddler.
Go ahead. Try to give me to your demons.
Good, good. The demons like spirit. If a few more Templars fall to the demons, we can seed chaos in their ranks. How many abominations can they discover amongst their own before it drives the Knight Commander crazy?
Tell me where Karen is.
The experiments need so much fuel, you see. So many living vessels are found wanting. Useless vessels can still feed the compost heap, so it's not a complete waste.
You're worse than a monster. Goodbye.
Kill the vessels only if you must!
How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, Blood Mage? So another one on the counter of mages in Kirkwall suck and deserve nothing. Just added on to the list, the ever-growing list, that they are a problem. So they just literally, how evil could they have made? This is like laughably evil. This is comically evil. Of like, ha 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 ha, I literally come out like this to fight us. Like, not even a tiny bit redeemable. And there you go, there's that desire demon that I say that they've been using to corrupt the Templars. I was correct. And I guess it makes sense if those are sloth demons for them to be sloth demons too.
Lights. Mother, the lights! Is it over?
Karen.
Yes, that's my name. Oh, thank the Maker. I thought he had abandoned me. But is it only Karen? It could be Karen +1. A very nasty +1 at that.
I never understood why people could be so terrified of mages. Our family had too. You, Bethany. But this... Andraste was right to warn against magic.
Tirane made a choice to practice blood magic. Most mages are good people.
You don't think I know that? It's just that I never really thought about their side. Now I see.
What happens now?
What do you remember about how you got here?
I was with a lady, and then things got fuzzy. Nightmares then. On fire for days. A demon laughing. The naked lady with her razor claws in my chest. I'd wake and hear screams. Maybe my own. I'm sorry. It's all a tangle in my head.
Meryl? You know something about this. Is he possessed?
I don't know. It's clean. There's no scent of demons in his blood.
What did Meryl even do there? Like, I guess it's implied that there's, like, blood on the ground. Did she just kind of poked and, like, smelled? But how did she know that was his blood? And wouldn't it be, like, contaminated with other stuff? Like, this doesn't make any sense. But whatever.
If there's even the slightest chance you're possessed, the Templars need to know.
No, I'm me, I swear. Don't tell the Templars. I don't know what they do to me. Please, I need to go back. Tell them I'm all right. Tell my sister. I must go.
We should tell Sir Cullen about this. Maybe earn a Templar's favor for a change.
See, Carver's got the right idea. He understands. So, you want to bring Anders or Meryl here. Well, you don't have to, but if you don't bring one of them along, you never really figure out if Karen is possessed or not. You need one of those mages. I don't know why Hawk can't do it themselves, but I guess because Anders is an abomination and Meryl is a blood mage, they're the only ones that can kind of suss it out. But the reason my Hawk decided to bring Meryl along for this current quest is because she wanted Meryl to see the dangers of blood magic. Like, hey, look, these are blood mages doing bad things as bad people to, like, Templars who didn't even do anything. They're just recruits. They haven't had a chance to, like, do good or evil in order. but they're just running amok, being wild out here. It didn't really work out the way that Hawk planned. Meryl is just becoming increasingly upset with Hawk showing her these things that contradict her ideals and what she thinks of demons, and it's just driving them kind of a further rift between them, even though they're still kind of allies.
Thank you very much for the help earlier, Varric.
You made it back to the alienage in one piece, then?
I don't know how I wound up in Darktown. There are just too many corners in Kirkwall.
Still got that ball of twine?
I left it at my house. Don't worry, I won't get lost while we're following Hawk.
Bring it next time, Daisy. Just in case.